a journey to uncover the 10 laws of power that can transform your life. These laws aren't just abstract theories, they are time-tested strategies employed by history's most influential figures. But beware, these laws can be double-edged swords, capable of elevating you to greatness or plunging you into ruin. Power, it's a word that resonates deeply within us all. We see it in leaders, we crave it in our own lives, yet it often feels elusive. Today, I'll share with you not just the laws of power, but the stories behind them, the victories and the pitfalls. These are lessons learned from my own journey, filled with triumphs and mistakes alike. Law 1. Never outshine the master. I once had a mentor who taught me this hard lesson. Early in my career, I was eager to impress, to show my worth, but in my zeal, I outshone those above me, sparking envy and mistrust. I recall a specific incident where I presented a project that gained massive praise from senior management. Instead of being pleased, my direct supervisor felt threatened and began to undermine my efforts subtly. It was a harsh realization that not everyone rejoices in your success. Remember, those in power want to feel secure. Make them shine, and you'll bask in their reflected glory. It's about striking a balance, doing excellent work while ensuring your superiors take the credit, thereby securing their support. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Trust is a precious commodity. I once trusted a close friend with a critical project, only to be betrayed at the worst possible moment. This friend, who I thought had my back, ended up using my trust to advance their own position, leaving me blindsided and vulnerable. It was a painful lesson, but it taught me the value of cautious alliances. Friends can become complacent and may envy your progress. On the other hand, enemies are more cautious, and when they do become allies, they are often more reliable, driven by the need to prove their loyalty. A former rival of mine once turned out to be my most steadfast supporter, precisely because we both knew the stakes and respected each other's strength. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Transparency can be a double-edged sword. In a competitive world, revealing your plans can give others the opportunity to thwart them. I learned this the hard way during a project where I shared my strategies openly, believing in collaboration. However, some colleagues took advantage of my openness, using my ideas for their gain while undermining my position. I learned to keep my cards close to my chest, sharing only what was necessary to move forward. By doing so, I maintained control and kept my adversaries guessing. Ambiguity can be a powerful tool. It keeps others off balance and prevents them from anticipating your moves. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Early in my career, I believed that talking more equated to demonstrating knowledge. I was wrong. Words are like currency. The more you spend, the less value they hold. I vividly remember a meeting where I rambled on, trying to impress my superiors. Instead, I came off as inexperienced and insecure. From that moment, I realized the power of silence. I've learned that silence often speaks louder than words. It creates an aura of mystery and respect. When you speak less, people listen more attentively. They weigh your words more carefully, and your opinions carry greater weight. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Once a careless mistake nearly ruined mine. I was involved in a project that went sideways, and due to my association with it, my reputation took a hit. It took years to rebuild what was lost in an instant. Your reputation is like a house of cards, painstakingly built but easily toppled. Protect your reputation fiercely, and if it's attacked, respond with unwavering strength to preserve your honor. A tarnished reputation can close doors and limit opportunities, while a well-guarded one can be a fortress against adversity. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. In a world inundated with information, being noticed is half the battle. I took a risk once, courting controversy to bring attention to my cause. It was a gamble, but it paid off. Remember, obscurity is the enemy of success. Be bold, be memorable. I once launched a campaign that was unconventional and edgy. It drew criticism, but it also drew eyes. The attention propelled my project into the spotlight and garnered support that would have been impossible to achieve through conventional means. Don't shy away from the spotlight. Embrace it and use it to your advantage. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Leverage is key. Early in my career, I tried to do everything myself. Burnout was inevitable. I learned to delegate, to harness the talents of others while ensuring that the success reflected back on me. It's a delicate balance, but one that pays dividends. I remember leading a team on a critical project. By delegating tasks according to each member's strengths, we achieved remarkable success. However, I ensured that the overall vision and final presentation were attributed to my leadership. This not only boosted my profile, but also motivated motivated the team to perform at their best, knowing their contributions were valued. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary, control the game by setting the term. I remember a pivotal negotiation where I lured the opposing party to my position with carefully crafted incentives. By doing so, I maintained the upper hand. Patience and strategy will draw others to you. In one instance, during a critical business deal, I subtly presented opportunities that seemed more beneficial to my counterpart. This drew them in, making them feel in control, while in reality, they were stepping into a framework I had designed. By making others come to you, you dictate the pace and terms, maintaining strategic advantage. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Actions speak louder than words. I've learned that proving your point through action is far more effective than any argument. When you demonstrate your capabilities, you leave no room for doubt or debate. I once had a heated debate over a new initiative. Instead of continuing the argument, I decided to implement a small-scale pilot of my idea. The results spoke for themselves, winning over even the harshest critics. Words can be twisted and contested, but tangible results are indisputable. Let your actions be your strongest argument. Law 10. All the way to the end. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. I faced setbacks because I didn't plan thoroughly. Now I map out my goals to the very end, anticipating obstacles and preparing contingencies. A well-laid plan is the foundation of power. In one ambitious project, I failed to account for potential pitfalls and ended up scrambling to recover. Since then, I've adopted a meticulous approach, planning for various scenarios and having backup plans ready. This strategic foresight has been instrumental in navigating complex challenges and emerging victorious. These laws of power have shaped my journey, and I hope they illuminate yours. Power is not just about dominance, it's about wisdom, strategy, and resilience. Embrace these laws, learn from my stories, and forge your own path to greatness. Now, it's your turn. Which law resonates with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue this journey together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights on mastering the art of power. Until next time, stay powerful.